Hey, welcome to The Explainer, where we break down big ideas. So today, we're diving into this really counterintuitive philosophy about relationships and, self-development. It basically suggests that the way most of us think about meeting people, well, it might actually be setting us up for failure in the bigger game of life. All right, let's get into it. So, we're starting off with a pretty bold claim right here. This idea, it just completely challenges that conventional wisdom that says success is all about actively hunting for it, night after night. Instead, it's arguing that this whole approach, it's a trap. So why is this mindset considered a trap? I mean, what's the deal? It's because it's a short-term game. It's totally focused on these temporary wins that can, and often do, sabotage your long-term progress. It's like you're winning a single battle in a way that costs you the entire war. Imagine this for a second. You spend all night grinding in a video game. You're racking up points, getting all the power-ups, finding cool items. You feel like you're on top of the world. Then you wake up, you log in the next day, and it's all gone. Your score is back to 0. That's the feeling this philosophy is talking about. All that effort, all that social momentum, it just vanishes by morning, and you have to start from scratch every single time. Okay, what's so interesting here is the stark contrast it lays out. On one side, you've got the short-term game, right? You're just collecting temporary points. Your confidence totally depends on the situation, on whether people are validating you. But on the other side, you're playing the long game. You're building lasting value, something real. And your confidence, it comes from inside, because it's driven by your own purpose. So what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's get into a story that just perfectly illustrates this trap. The trap of building this awesome temporary persona that, well, you just can't keep up. This story, it follows such a classic pattern. It's New Year's Eve, everything's going perfect, he's smooth, he's navigating the social scene like James Bond, confident, totally in control. But then, the next morning hits. And that whole persona, it's gone. It's replaced by this fear of loss, this neediness that just wasn't there the night before. And that insecurity, it starts to leak into his messages, and boom! Just like that, the magic is gone. And that's the crucial point right there. The confident, amazing person she met, he just didn't exist the next day. That whole facade, it couldn't be maintained because it wasn't built on anything real. This is what the philosophy calls the Cinderella Syndrome. The magic wears off at midnight, and the carriage turns right back into a pumpkin, revealing a totally different reality. So all of this leads us to a massive, fundamental shift in strategy. It's about moving your focus away from these little, fleeting nightly battles and onto the much larger, way more important war of your life. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Every single ounce of energy you pour into winning that short-term game is energy you are not investing in your long-term self. So yeah, you might win the night, but you are systematically sacrificing your future potential. I mean, think about the hidden costs for a second. The late nights, the messed up sleep schedule, the junk food, it all adds up. The hours and the mental focus you pour into this one thing are being directly stolen from your career, from your health, from your personal projects. At the end of the day, it's a game with a negative return on investment for your overall life. Okay, so what's the alternative? The answer is to focus on what this philosophy calls your integral absolute potential, or ICP for short. And this is basically the sum total of your potential across every important area of your life. The goal then becomes making decisions that increase your total value, not just your value in one specific temporary situation. Now, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually apply it? Well, it all comes down to the central metaphor for this entire strategy, the garden and the bait. This is the core idea, all wrapped up in a single sentence. Instead of running around spending all your energy chasing after individual butterflies, you invest that exact same energy into building a beautiful, vibrant garden. A garden so amazing that the butterflies just come to you, naturally, effortlessly. And this story just brilliantly illustrates how it works. So, you've got a musician on a train and he sees two people he's interested in. Now, the old strategy would be to stop what he's doing, try to think of some clever opening line. But the garden strategy? He just opens his laptop and dives deep into his passion, making music. His focus, his skill, it becomes a form of candy bait. He's not chasing, he's demonstrating his value. And pretty soon, they notice, they get curious, and they start the conversation with him. See, the whole script gets flipped. Attraction isn't this separate thing you have to schedule and grind for anymore. It becomes a natural, integrated byproduct of you just pursuing your purpose and building a cool, interesting life. The game starts to serve your life, not the other way around. So, if your life is the garden, what's the ultimate tool for cultivating it, especially in the modern world? This strategy argues that it's your personal brand. In a world where pretty much everyone has a digital footprint, your personal brand, how you present yourself both online and offline, is the single most powerful asset you have. It's the one ring that influences all the other games you're playing in life. It's a huge deal. I mean, think about it. A well-built personal brand is out there working for you 24/7. Professionally, it's opening doors you didn't even know were there. Socially, it's building your reputation. And romantically, it provides this rich, compelling story that a simple first impression could never, ever convey. It lets you turn the inherent unfairness of life from something working against you into a force that's working for you.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? This philosophy completely shifts your focus. It stops being about learning tactics and techniques to get a specific result, and it starts being about a really fundamental question of your own life's design. It's not about chasing anymore, it's about becoming.